Look at this. Absolute chalk disaster. This is what happens when you let your 2-year-old nephew grab a bag of 15-ounce Metolius Super Chalk. So I just woke up. I'm completely cold. Haven't done any climbing. Haven't done any finger exercises or anything. It's just me, the spray wall, and I'm about to start my warm-up for the day early in the morning. First thing I ever do before hopping on the wall or doing any exercise is I like to just warm up my fingers like this. Really only 2 exercises I like to do with my fingers is just open them and close them with a lot of constriction. And I'll feel the ache in my fingers. I'll feel they'll feel very stiff. And I like to switch from this to this a little bit. I'm not pushing too hard, I'm just being relaxed, but I'm giving a good stretch to my tendons and ligaments. And then I'll go back to the other one. And this is just to keep my fingers healthy, and I just want to have good longevity of my fingers. It'll just keep the range of motion in shape. So there's a few things I want to cover. Is after I warm up my fingers, I usually head upstairs and get breakfast. And then after breakfast, I might drink something, and then I start with my exercises. And there's 4 things I want to cover. Is I like to warm up my ankles, I like to warm up my hips and my lower body, and I like to include that with my flexibility exercises to gain flexibility for applying it to the wall. And then the next thing I warm up is my shoulders, but sometimes before that, I like to warm up my back because in the morning I have a very, very tweaky back, and I think that's a very, very overlooked thing that people don't usually take their time with, is warming up their back, and it's really good to warm up your back into your later years as well. And then the next thing I do is I hop on the fingerboard. I grab the biggest holds that I can. Is usually like the 30 millimeter is good enough for me, and I like to do some scapula pull-ups. I might do like 10 of those. And then I'll do very, very slow full range of motion pull-ups. I'll just pull myself all the way up to my chest, and then very, very slowly do negatives after that. So I'll just do like a very slow pull-up, and then I'll do a very slow negative, very slow pull-up. I'll do about 10 of those. And then after that, I'll start hanging on smaller edges, and I'll do like 10 seconds on, 10 seconds off. And then once I get to smaller edges, I'll do that a few times. And then I start doing one-handed hangs in like isolation on the 30 millimeter, and then I go smaller and smaller all the way down to the 18 millimeter. And I don't try to shoot for any records or anything on the fingerboard. Just once I'm able to like comfortably hang 4 fingers only on the 18 millimeter, then we're about good to jump onto the board. Ugh, look at that. So many broken vessels. I've got a split here that's healing. I've got a split here that's healing, and I've got, where is it? I think, I've got a split right here that's healing as well. Yeah, a lot of splits on my fingers, but that's why you have tape. Then I like to just grab the biggest holds I can find on the wall, just warm up that way. one tip that I have for doing hard bouldering sessions is to try new moves that seem completely foreign to your repertoire as well. So that's my first climbing session of the day. I usually do 2 of them, and I usually climb for 2 days on, sometimes 3 days on, but it's usually 2 on, then rest day, and then maybe 1 on, and then rest day, and then 2 on, and then rest day, and it's really just a cycle that I repeat that way. Most importantly is I try to mix things up one day from, or I try to mix the sessions up. Some sessions are projecting sessions, some sessions are just for getting stronger by doing hard boulders that I already know how to do. And another day might be circuit days, for example, when I'm working on endurance for top rope and lead climbing. But yeah, that's pretty much what my session is like. I'll see you guys later.